So let's talk about marketing. Marketing is something that you know about, but there's a lot you don't know about. And then there's even more that you don't know about. So I'm going to try to give you some of those answers because I don't know everything and neither does anybody else. My background is in marketing. I have a degree in marketing from Stockton University in New Jersey. So I graduated in 1983 and my first company that I worked for was owned by a company called Dun & Bradstreet, which is the largest marketing company in the world. But I'm still not an expert. But I do know enough about marketing to tell you the following things. Number one, when you market, you can't do one thing and expect that's going to work forever. When you have a marketing campaign, well, you're going to want to keep changing that up because when people see it the first time, it doesn't always register. It might take 2 or 3 times to register. But then after they see it a few times, it starts to imprint. And then after a while, they start to block it out and they become numb to it. That's why you need to change it up. When you change that marketing up, it would be smart to keep it similar to the way it was before so you can reinforce what they've already learned, but then imprint new things so that they realize this is new, I didn't see this before. And it keeps it fresh in their mind. One of the hardest things about marketing is to actually get access to your target market. If you're doing social media marketing, that's kind of a shotgun effect, and it can become very, very expensive. It's something you should do, but some doctors tell me, I can't afford to do it. Well, what I suggest you do is set a budget, whether that budget is $2,000 a month, which is very small, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month, whatever your budget is comfortable with. It shouldn't break the bank. And you should use that marketing to target people who are suffering. So when you're marketing, you're not going to want to be trying to market who you are, and you're not going to be trying to market your services because, let's face it, when people see an ad, they're not really caring about a company that they don't know and what they have, and they have a special device. Who cares? What they care about is that they have trouble walking up and down the steps, or they can't lift up their grandchildren, or they can't bend over to tie their shoes, or they can't fasten their bra and their husband has to do it for them in the morning. These are things that resonate. So when you market, you should be marketing what they have more than what you have. The answer shouldn't be like, oh, we have all this stuff and it'll fix all that. It should be, maybe we can help, maybe we can't. The only way we can figure that out is to come in, and then here's an opportunity to come in, and you give them a hook. That's one type of marketing, and that's social media marketing. But there's an aspect of marketing that is largely overlooked, and I can tell you has made me more money and got me more clients and brought me more success than any other type of marketing. Are you ready for it? Here it is. We call it grassroots marketing. When people tell me I can't afford to pay social media, okay, you can still do grassroots marketing. It's a matter of whatever your budget is, you can do it. So what is grassroots marketing? It is targeting your local area, and it's you doing it, not doing it through some sort of medium, but actually you or your staff going out to your local market and getting them engaged in with what you do. What do businesses need? Going to businesses is a great way to market. Businesses, depending upon their size, like to offer information sessions about health and safety to their employees. In fact, over a certain size of employees, they are required to do it. So you could actually solve a problem for that HR department by being a person who's willing to go in and do a presentation on health, wellness, or safety. And you could tie that into exactly what you do in your office. We teach exactly how to do these step by step so you can bring people in. The nice thing about that type of marketing is you can target it so specifically. You can target a specific office or profession. Why is that beneficial? Well, let's say you want to get somebody who has back pain. Well, who has more back pain than anybody else? Nurses. Nurses is the #1 source of back injury. It's the #1 occupational hazard of that profession. You could actually go to a hospital, which I've done, or go to a doctor's office, which I've done, and actually present ways that you can help them avoid that. When you're talking about safety effects, the people that are sitting there that have back pain are going, this guy sounds pretty good. Maybe I should talk to him at the end of this presentation. And you got to give them opportunities, and we teach you exactly how to do that so they can get in communication with you either there or, better yet, in your office. If you get them to come in your office, now they're a potential patient. So we walk you through this exact process on how to do this. You can target a specific business. Let's say you find out that, wow, this patient has phenomenal insurance and it covers a lot of what you do. Well, marketing to that group might be beneficial for the practice and to that group, because we don't want to exclude them because they have great insurance coverage. We might want to say, let's include them because they have great insurance coverage. That doesn't mean you're not going to go to people who don't have great insurance coverage. But to do that, you have to have systems on how to collect cash for those services, which we also teach you. But the marketing program helps you to target specific businesses in your area or specific groups in your area that might be the ideal market that you're looking for. It is the way biggest bang for your buck than you could ever possibly get. In fact, it is so economical to do this because it's just you or your staff members or you and your staff members going out with a science and a strategy to target a specific business or group of people to come into your practice. I've done this for the last 35 years and it's probably generated more than 3/4 of my income doing that. So I can tell you, to be successful, having that type of grassroots marketing is a really, really beneficial thing to have. So we teach what we call the 12-week perpetual marketing plan. And that is, what different types of marketing do you have? How do you juggle them and how do you keep them fresh? This is what we teach, whether you're doing social media, which should be part of it if you can afford it, and grassroots, which definitely should be a part of it, especially if you can't afford it, because this is how you get out of that hole. Generating new patient flow will generate more conversions, which will generate more retention, which will generate more income for the business, which means you can now expand. You can offer jobs to more people to help you do more of what you're doing. And we walk you through this process. You cannot scale a business past a certain point by yourself. You have to bring in help. So by generating more income with your marketing efforts, even starting from a grassroots level, which is very, very, very economical, and almost any business can do it, and I would say no business can afford not to do it. So we teach this 12-week perpetual marketing plan so you can put it in place so you constantly have a source of new patients coming into your practice, making life a lot easier and a lot less worry about the finances. So check us out.